Mars is one of the most fascinating planets. Here are some lesser-known facts about Mars. The red planet Mars, named after the Roman god of war, has long been a harbinger in the night sky. And in its own way, the planet's rusty red surface tells a story of destruction. Billions of years ago, the fourth planet from the Sun might have been mistaken for Earth's smaller twin, with water on its surface, and possibly even life. Now, the world is a cold, barren desert with little sign of water. But after decades of research using orbiters, landers, and rovers, scientists have revealed that Mars has a vibrant, windswept landscape that could, perhaps, host microbial life beneath its rusty surface. Here are some facts you might not know about Mars. We humans have sent dozens of probes and satellites to the red planet, Mars, over the past decades. These spacecraft have transmitted impressive images, sci-fi movies like The Martian, and even suggested to Elon Musk the idea of settling on the red planet. But how many facts do each of us know about the neighbor located right next to planet Earth? Although humans have not set foot on this place, there are still many mysteries to be solved. Scientists have discovered many interesting things about Mars. From what it's like on the surface of the Earth, the most impressive locations to the presence of an ancient ocean, and tsunamis, continue to explore 12 interesting facts about Mars that you may not know below. The surface area of Mars is only slightly smaller than the total land area of Earth, but that does not take into account the 71% of Earth that is covered in water. Of all the planets in the solar system, the seasons on Mars are most similar to those on Earth, due to the close tilt of the two planets' rotation axes. Seasons on Mars are about twice as long as on Earth, due to Mars' greater distance from the Sun, resulting in a year on the red planet lasting about 2 Earth years. Temperatures on Mars range from a low of -87 degrees Celsius during the polar winter to -5 degrees Celsius in the summer. The average surface temperature on Mars is -81 degrees Fahrenheit, which is lower than the average temperature on Earth of 138 degrees Celsius. The Martian atmosphere is 95% carbon dioxide, 3% nitrogen, 1.6% argon, and contains traces of oxygen and water vapor. The red planet's atmosphere is quite dusty, containing dust particles about 1.5 m in diameter, which gives the Martian sky a yellow-brown color when viewed from its surface. The Martian atmosphere is 61 times thinner than Earth's, and it consists almost entirely of carbon dioxide, which makes up only 0.04% of Earth's atmosphere. Mars has Olympus Mons, the highest mountain in the solar system, and Valles Marineris, the deepest and widest canyon in the solar system, 5 times the deepest canyon on Earth. Not only surpassing the world's deepest canyon, the Grand Canyon in the United States, Valles Marineris is also considered the deepest canyon in the solar system, including Earth. The Borealis Basin in the northern hemisphere covers up to 40% of the red planet's surface and may have been a giant impact crater in the past. The red planet, Mars, once had oceans, but the addition of oceans only provided 1.5% more water on Earth. If aliens existed on Mars, they may have lived in oasis-like lakes. These lakes may have supported life, just like on Earth. The Martian oceans also have tsunamis like those on Earth. The highest tsunami could reach 400 feet, 122 meters, in height, just a little shorter than the London Eye or the Millennium Wheel. Like Earth, Mars has ice caps at the poles. The northern ice cap is up to 2 miles deep and covers an area slightly larger than the state of Texas. Texas is one of the states in the central southwest of the United States. Olympus Mons, Latin for Mount Olympus, is a large volcano on Mars. It is 25 kilometers, 15 miles, high, 3 times the height of Mount Everest and the tallest mountain in the solar system. Olympus Mons is twice as tall as Earth's largest volcano, Mauna Loa in Hawaii. Missions to Mars have become much rarer. After 23 launches in the 1960s and 1970s, we have only launched 10 in the new millennium, so far. Missions to Mars are very difficult to carry out, about 1/3 of the missions launched have failed. 54 other interesting facts about Mars. Until now, the vast universe still contains many mysteries that modern science has not yet discovered. Among them is Mars, the red planet, one of the planets that we can sometimes observe with the naked eye when standing on Earth. Below are the most interesting facts about the planet Mars that will surely surprise you. 1. Of all the planets in the solar system, Mars is the planet that many scientists believe has the potential to support life. 2. The Martian day is longer than the Earth day. An Earth day is 23 hours and 56 minutes, while a Martian day is 24 hours, 39 minutes and 35 seconds. 3. The surface of Mars is similar to the surface of Earth, also made up of frozen carbon dioxide and a small amount of water. 4. Scientists believe that Mars was once surrounded by flowing water like Earth and may have had a blue sky. 5. Mars also has 4 seasons a year like Earth, meaning that when Earth is tilted 23.50, Mars is tilted 25.190. 6. When observed from Earth, the size of the Sun is only half the size of Mars. 7. The rocks from Mars that fall to Earth are fragments from meteorite collisions in space. 8. The planet Mars is named after the Roman god of war, because it is the color of blood. 9. In Greek mythology, Mars is called Ares. 10. Only 1/3 of missions to Mars are successful. 11. Mars is often called the red planet, because its surface is red. 12. Scientists first discovered that water could exist on the surface of Mars in 1971, when they discovered large volcanoes on its surface. This suggests that the planet Mars is capable of heating but not retaining heat to support life. 13. The Romans and Egyptians studied the sky and realized that Mars was a planet similar to Earth. They, along with the people who lived in the city of Babylon, showed that Mars was farther from the Sun than Earth. 14. The reason why Mars is red is because its surface contains iron oxide, which we commonly call rust. That is what gives the planet Mars its red appearance. 15. The planet has a crust that is between 50 kilometers and 125 kilometers thick depending on the location. This is about 40 kilometers thicker than the Earth's crust. 16. The lack of vegetation suggests that Mars is a planet that often experiences dust storms. These storms are similar to those that occur on Earth and can cause soil erosion over time. 17. Mars is 141 million miles, 226,917,504 kilometers, from the Sun. 18. Mars, like Earth, is less protected from ultraviolet radiation. 19. Year-round temperatures range from -140 C to 70.70 C. 20. Mars is only 1/10 the size of Earth with a density of 3.933 grams/cm3. 21. Because of its smaller mass, Mars' gravity is also lower than Earth's. This means that a person or object weighing 45 kilograms on Earth would only weigh 17 kilograms on Mars. 22. If the Statue of Liberty were built on Mars exactly like Earth, it would be 84.825 kilograms lighter than on Earth. 23. Mars' gravity is only 1/3 of Earth's gravity. 24. A year on Mars is 687 Earth days. 25. Mars has 4 seasons just like Earth, except that the seasons are twice as long. This means that Mars has a year cycle that humans can understand and adapt to. 26. Venus is more likely to support life than Mars. 27. In 1970, the Viking probes captured images of pyramids and giant faces on the surface of Mars. 28. Mars has the most violent weather in the solar system, including hurricanes, dust storms, and small tornadoes. 29. In 2001, a huge dust storm covered the entire planet Mars for several Earth days. 30. Mars has more storms as it gets closer to the Sun. 31. Mars has 2 moons, named Deimos and Phobos. 32. Phobos's orbit is very close to the Martian atmosphere. This means that one day, gravity will slam into the moon and break it into pieces. The pieces will orbit the moon, forming a ring similar to Saturn's rings. 33. Phobos and Deimos are named after the sons of Ares. 34. On November 13, 1971, Mariner 9 reached Mars and officially became the first artificial satellite in lunar orbit. 35. Mariner 9 was able to measure 100% of the surface of Mars and took the first close-up pictures of the Martian moons Phobos and Deimos. 36. Mariner 9 took a total of 7,329 pictures of Mars and stayed in orbit for 349 days. 37. In 1976, the Viking 1 and 2 probes were the first spacecraft to successfully land on Mars. 38. When Viking 1 and 2 arrived, no one knew what the surface of Mars looked like. 39. The Mars Global Surveyor was the first successful mission to Mars in 20 years. It was launched on November 7, 1996. 40. The Mars Exploration Rover has taken thousands of pictures of Mars. 41. If you tried to set foot on the surface of the Moon without a spacesuit, you would definitely die instantly. 42. Mars is the fourth planet from the Sun and the seventh largest planet. 43. The largest volcano in the solar system is on Mars, called Olympus Mons. In Latin, it is Mount Olympus. 44. Olympus Mons is 27 kilometers high and 600 kilometers wide, which is 8.85 kilometers higher than Mount Everest. 45. Olympus Mons is a shield volcano, meaning it can grow much larger because of lava flows erupting inside it. 46. The English word March comes from Mars. 47. The moon of Mars was discovered by an American astronomer named Asaph Hall in 1877. 48. The diameter of Mars is about 6,791 kilometers. 49. The first spacecraft to visit Mars was Mariner 4 in 1965. 50. A year on Mars is equal to 1 year, 320 days, and 18.2 hours on Earth. 51. The Mars mission was launched in 2011.